love will prevail. Love will always win. There will always be a happy ending. Always. And if you say right now, well, have you looked around lately and have you noticed what is going on in people's lives and in the world? It does not seem like love is really getting anywhere. It seems like in this world you're getting further ahead if you use strategies other than love. Quite the opposite. If you put people in fear, if you use manipulation strategies, if you overpower people, if you put people against each other. So all the things that are not associated with love seem to be quite powerful here, and they seem to win a lot of the times. And I'm going to share with you now why this is not the case. In this earthly dimension of 3D life, we witness a lot of things happening, and oftentimes it does seem like the non-loving way seems to be the stronger way. But while love has to be stronger every single time, and why this is a fact, I'm going to show you right now. If we look at our lives as one piece in our spiritual evolution, in our soul's evolution. So we've existed before this life, and we've existed before 3D life on Earth, and we're going to continue existing afterwards. So whatever we experience is just one little part of our eternal experience, of our eternal journey. And a journey means we're coming from somewhere. Of course, there has to be a point of origin, and we're going somewhere, right? So where do we come from? And this is a truth that many of you already know in your hearts. We come from the one source. And the source of everything is oneness. And the essence of everything is oneness. So we come from the one source. And this source, in the absolute, this source is, the first thought of this source is this awareness of I am. Just beingness. Awareness of existence. And the first attribute of this source is unconditional love. Unconditional love is what is in all of creation. And by all of creation, I mean everything in the physical world, everything in the spirit world, everything in the mental world, everything in all the worlds and all the universes in all the dimensions. The source of all of it is I am and unconditional love. And then there are ways to exploring the self, the source self, and it splits off, and then you have, for example, people now on this planet, in this incarnation, people who explore very much the path of separation from this source. They see the world and themselves completely separated. They don't believe in oneness. They don't see oneness at all. They think that everything is separate and that they are separate from everybody else, from all that's there, and from that source that they may or may not believe in. They think they are their own masters, let's say, and their own creators in separation to source. And there's nothing wrong with that. So they may explore actions and thoughts and behaviors in the world that show to them their own power and their own separateness. And the separateness also means the belief in this ego self, the belief in the false self, and the non-connectedness of us all. So they may explore this, and this may come out as unloving or hateful acts towards fellow humans or animals or the planet or whatever. And in that, like I said, they have every right to explore that path of separation. And for a short time, we can also experience that those people who are willing to behave that way, who are mean, who are unloving, they seem sometimes quite powerful. And the kinder, gentler, more loving people seem to suffer under those because they do not act in the same way or respond in the same way. But nevertheless, love will win. Love is always stronger because, for a start, even the soul that explores the separation from Source and follows that path even after 3D incarnations and so on, and continues, even that soul discovers at some point the truth, because it's inside of each and every one of us, of each and everything, of each and everything, which is, we come from the one Source, and that one Source, damn it, it's unconditional love. So the belief in separation, at some stage, when enough wisdom is accumulated in the fifth dimension, they change because they realize with their wisdom. In the sixth density, they realize there is no moving further in the path of separation, because I now see the illusion. I now know that the true truth is oneness. And so they change, and their higher self also is positive higher self, and they move like everything and everyone else further into the direction of searching the oneness, exploring the true Source energy. And this is why love will win at the end, because it is our starting point. It's our point of origin, where we come from. There is only this one Source. There is no source of love and source of hate or fear. And then you have these different people fighting against each other or dealing with each other. No, there's only one source of everything. And the first essence of that source, the first quality of it, is unconditional love. Unconditional love. And because this spark is in everything and everyone, it has to be discovered, and it wants to find its path to be seen as truth eventually. So this is why in the end love will win, right? And if you say, how does this help me in my 3D life here? It may seem that if you're being treated unfairly, or if you're being mistreated, if something is being done to you, it may seem like someone else has power over you and that they are getting away with it, that they are actually winning. They might even kill you, right? Or they might harm you in such a way that you will always be harmed from that, in a physical way or any other way. So why love still wins is because love is something that is within you. And when we realize that that person believing in separation, doing whatever they are doing to us or to other people from the belief system of separation, then we can also find compassion within our loving heart for that, because we see the insanity and we see it's only the belief in separation that allows them to even act like that, or to want to do that. And if we then provide compassion for that, this means also not focusing on us as the victim anymore, but more on compassion and focusing on the spark of the essence of that's the same within us, the same, because they still carry that spark of unconditional love within them. Even it may not show for millions of years in their evolution until they reach that point, but it's there. And it's our choice, it's love's choice to see that and to focus on that. And that also means that no one in the end can really harm you, because you as love can never be harmed. You are the divine. This love is the divine. And therefore, this is how we can, now it's still, maybe I should say this, it doesn't mean that you allow people to mistreat you in any way, and that you should not, maybe act or communicate in such a way that also provides safety and boundaries for you, but always with a corner of compassion for them in your heart, because it's only a play, it's only an illusion. And even if in conflict, or somebody wants to dominate you or get you to do things you don't want to do, or manipulate you, even in that, you can have your boundaries and still feel compassionate towards them, because this allows love to become bigger and greater and more unconditional. You're not just providing this love for somebody who is lovely and who is nice and kind, but for all things, because you know that all things are one. You know of the truth of the one source. And everyone who acts against that in a deliberate way, they have forgotten that, or they enjoy the illusion of separation. They really truly believe that they're separate from anything and from source. And by you recognizing that, you can have compassion with that, and you can let your love grow. So I hope that this is helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you like. I'm going to love you and leave you for today, and we'll talk again next time if you want to.